Friends, take some tzedakah, let's put it in the pushka, and we will merit the ultimate blessings. Some of you remember 20 years ago, on the 16th of January, the tragedy when the Columbia space shuttle exploded upon re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. And unfortunately, all crew members perished, including Ilan Ramon, an Israeli Jewish astronaut. 2 weeks ago, NASA held a special memorial ceremony, and Rabbi Tzvi Konnikov, who is the Rebbe's shliach, the Rebbe's emissary, director of Chabad Lubavitch of Space and Treasure Coast in Florida, shared some thoughts, and he recalled his personal friendship with Ilan Ramon. And this is what he shared. The relationship started when Ilan called on me, he said. He had two unusual questions. First, how do you keep kosher in space? And how does one keep Shabbat in space? And he made it very clear. I'm a representative, or I feel I'm a representative of the Jewish people. And as such, I really have to represent the Jewish people. To represent the Jewish people is not just by name, by having an Israeli flag on me, but to represent all the Jewish people, including Judaism. And two basic things would be keeping kosher and keeping Shabbat. So, kosher food was a little bit of a challenge, but it was overcome. At first, the staff and NASA was a little surprised by the special request, but then they found a company, apparently somewhere in Illinois, that they sell certified kosher food in thermo-stabilized sealed pouches for campers, and that did the job. Shabbat was more challenging. Why? Because in space, or I should say, the orbit, a day and night cycle is 90 minutes long. So that means that in about 10 and a half hours, from start to finish, is a week. So kind of every 9.5, 10 hours, you will have to stop for an hour and keep Shabbat. That would cause some complications with all his responsibilities on his mission. So Rabbi Konnikov says that he informed himself, he posed that question to leading rabbinic authorities, and the decision was that he will have to keep Shabbat similar from the place where he left, which that would be Cape Canaveral. So that was settled. But as we know, unfortunately, he never made it back. But miraculously, and it has absolute no explanation, fragile pages of Ramon's personal onboard diary survived, despite the extreme heat of the explosion. And this was roaming on the earth, weeks of rain, mud, and insects, and nevertheless they found some remnants of those pages, and they were legible. And what did he write over there? He had a handwritten copy of the Kidush of Friday night. And he writes, God saw all that he had done, and behold, it was very good. Heaven and earth and all their components were thus completed. Remember the Shabbat to keep it holy. This is the legacy that he left us. Not just for his family, but for all of us. That no matter how fast you're going, excuse the pun, you need to stop and pause to think about why you're here on earth. And the answer is the Kidush of Shabbat, to sanctify it. Let's heed these words and let's all do our part. And we will meet Ilan with Mashiach in the Bet HaMikdash.